You are listening to Move Forward with Matt Campisi. Move Forward is an interesting mix of motivational, political, and comedic discussions designed to empower, inspire, and entertain. Host Matt Campisi is a political candidate and social advocate. Episodes feature special guests and occasional artistic performances. And now here is your host, Matt Campisi.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Move Forward with Matt Campisi. Do you ever feel like you haven't really accomplished anything with your life? I think we all, at one time or another, feel this way. Both young people and old, middle-aged, just about everybody. At one time or another feels like, or questions their life accomplishments. Sometimes when people say, I haven't accomplished anything, what they really mean is their accomplishments don't match society's definition. What is society's definition? Big career wins, money, status, things like that. Sometimes they're comparing themselves to other people, especially nowadays with social media, where we're bombarded with how great everybody else's life is. People flaunt it on social media. Sometimes they're overlooking the small but meaningful things like resilience, relationships, personal growth, even the fact that they've survived hard times. Here's some thoughts. You've definitely accomplished things. Even making it this far in your life is not small. Surviving challenges, learning, adapting, and still caring enough to reflect on your life, it matters. You've got to redefine accomplishment. Not everything worth celebrating shows up on a resume. Being kind, supporting someone, learning a skill, overcoming a struggle, all of these are real. You've got to look forward. If you feel like you haven't done enough, that can actually be fuel. You're not done yet. Your story's not over. So, as you struggle with this feeling of not accomplishing anything in your life, I encourage you to take a closer look at accomplishments. What is it that you really want? Do you want to be rich and famous? We see a lot of that on social media where these kids, it's all about getting the likes. It's all about getting the followers. Oh, I have, 100,000 followers. I got millions of likes. I've accomplished something in my life. Most people, money, having a lot of money, living in a big mansion, driving nice cars, going on expensive vacations. That's accomplishment, maybe. What does accomplishment mean to you? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve before you check out of this life? The answer is different for everyone because it's a very personal question. Very personal question. And other people may think you're crazy. They may say, really? That is what you want to accomplish? I don't even care about that. But, it's such a personal thing. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody else says about it. It doesn't matter. It only matters to you. It only matters to you, folks. I've accomplished a lot in my life. I feel like it's not by anybody else's definition. It's by my definition. My definition of accomplishment. I don't care what anybody else says or thinks about it. The truth is, I feel like I've accomplished many great things in my life that I'm very proud of. For example, I've risen to the highest level in my career field. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of police officers out there who've never risen to the level of a chief of police, but I've accomplished that at a fairly young age. I mean, that's relative, but I became a chief in my 40s. So I consider that an accomplishment. That's the highest level of rank in my career field. I consider that a big accomplishment, and I'm proud of that. I don't care what anybody else says or thinks about it. I'm proud of that. I feel like that's an accomplishment. My education, I've achieved a master's degree. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the fact that I've, received a master's degree. I worked hard for it. It took me a long time because of life. I had a lot of other responsibilities. It took me decades, well into my adulthood, for me to achieve my master's, but I did it. I achieved it. I'm very proud of my master's. Nobody could take that away from me. Nobody can say anything about it. I'm proud. You cannot take that away from me. Just like you can't take away the fact that I was a chief of police. I'm proud of it. I accomplished it. It was an accomplishment, and it makes me feel good inside. What are your goals? Where do you want to be? Think about your accomplishments. Think about what you've achieved. It doesn't matter what I've achieved or what anybody else in this world has achieved. It doesn't matter. That's all noise. It's about you. And even if you feel like you haven't achieved the goals that you have set for yourself, there's still time. You're not dead yet. You've got more than enough time to achieve those goals. Well, what's your plan? What are you going to do today to move yourself forward to achieve those goals? This is about you. This isn't about anybody else. Remember, I can't say it enough. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, says, does. It doesn't matter. This is all about you. You have a lot of naysayers. You have a lot of people out there who will tell you you're crazy. You'll never achieve that. You'll never do this. Use that as fuel. I love it. I love when people tell me that I will never. There were people who told me that I wouldn't even make it as a police officer. They didn't even think I was going to last, my probationary period as a police officer, let alone rise to the level of a chief of police. Now that's, if you don't think that's powerful, I don't know what more I can highlight for you. And if use that as inspiration, if nothing else. People literally told me that I wouldn't last as a police officer, but I made it all the way up to the highest level, chief of police. That's the highest. If you know anything about law enforcement, that's the highest level of a law enforcement organization. So I went from them not believing that I would even last as a trainee, as a regular we call it slick sleeve police officer. They told me I'd never make it. I didn't have what it takes. I didn't have the heart. I didn't have the whatever. And I made it to be a chief of police. So that tells you a little something about the critics and how much stock you should take into what the critics say. But I love when they say stuff like that to me. I love when they tell me you're too stupid, you're this, you're that, you're not big enough, you're too short, you're too small, you're this, you're that. I love that stuff because what I do is I take that stuff as fuel, and that fuels me, that fuels my rocket ship as I'm heading up the ladder. I love it, man. So you should do the same. I encourage you to do the same. When people try to beat you down and tell you how much of a piece of shit you are and tell you how you'll never do this and you'll never do that. Oh, feed me, baby. Feed me. That's strength. I love that. Give me more of that, because what you're doing is you're filling my gas tank, man. You're filling my fuel tank, and this rocket is going to take off. And when this rocket takes off, I'm going to use that fuel to help me reach the top. And that's no bullshit, folks. That's no bullshit. Because like I said, that was my secret. That's how I made it to be a chief of police. Because there's been many times in my law enforcement career where I could have internalized all that dialogue. I could have internalized, those people who were telling me that I didn't have what it takes to be a cop. I could have internalized it and said, you know what, this guy's right. I'm going to just quit. I'm just going to go, I don't know, slice bread somewhere. I didn't do that. I took what they said, their negativity. I took them telling me that I wasn't going to make it, and I used that as my rocket fuel. I didn't believe it because in my heart, I knew that they were wrong. I knew that I did have what it takes to be whatever I wanted to be. In other words, folks, I believed in myself, and you have to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is the most important thing in this world because not many other people are going to believe in you. Maybe nobody else will believe in you. Maybe you'll be lucky to have somebody that loves you very much, your mother, your father, your friends, your best friends, your wife, your girlfriend. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to have somebody in your life like that who does believe in you. But a lot of people don't even have that. They don't have anybody who believes in them. You have to be the one. You have to be the one who believes in yourself. You've got to believe in yourself. And you can achieve anything. Your goals are your goals. You set them, you create them. They could be anything you want them to be. Hopefully they're positive. Hopefully, it's something that's going to help make the world a better place. You got to believe in yourself, guys. If you take nothing else away from my podcast, as we close out season 2, the most important message I have to any of my listeners is you have to believe in yourself. Please believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to have the quality of life that you deserve. Life is hard. You're going to get the shit beat out of you in this life. People are going to attack you. People are going to throw you under the bus. People are going to do everything in their power to try to destroy you. The thing that you have that they can never take away from you, and the thing that you have that will defeat this negativity and all this evil in the world is your belief in yourself and your perseverance. You will not quit. You will persevere. You believe that you will reach the mountaintop. And that's no bullshit, folks. That's the truth. That's how to win. You want to win in this world, whatever your definition, because you create your own definition for what winning means. We all have our own different definition of what winning means to us. If you want to win in this life, you've got to fight. You've got to fight. Life is like a boxing match. And sometimes you're up against the ropes and you're getting the shit beat out of you by life. Sometimes you're on the mat and the ref's counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you going to get counted out or are you going to get back up? Are you going to use all your strength, everything you have to get back up and get back in that fight and beat the shit out of your opponent? Your opponents deserve it. You deserve a better life. Folks, this ain't bullshit. This is your life. You only get one. Last time I checked, we only get one. I know we talked about that in the previous podcast. But as far as I know, we only get one life. You got to make the most of it. You got to fight. Don't give up. As we close up our season 2, we've done 2 great seasons of Move Forward with Matt Campisi. As we close up, that is how I wanted to end the season. By encouraging you to believe in yourself. By encouraging you to fight. Resiliency. Most important word in the dictionary, folks. Resiliency. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. You've got to believe in yourself. I appreciate so much that you guys take time out of your day to listen to this podcast. I know you could be doing other stuff. I know you certainly don't have to listen. I appreciate so much that you take your time out of your day to listen to this podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. It's been 2 great seasons of Move Forward with Matt Campisi. We will be back soon. How soon, I can't say, but we will be back with another season 3 of Move Forward with Matt Campisi. We're going to be tackling some more interesting topics for our listeners, and we're going to grow, guys. We're growing. We're going to have more special guests, performances. It's going to be really cool. Season 3 is going to be really cool, guys. Thank you so much. If you want to connect with me, I encourage my listeners to connect with me. Go to my website. My website is matthewcampisi.com. That's MATTHEWCAMPISI, matthewcampisi.com. On the top of the page is a contact link. Click on the contact link. Send me an email. Tell me what you think. If you've got something to say about a particular topic, I would love to hear from you. Now, I may respond to you. I will not respond if it's anything negative. If you send me hate mail, obviously it's going to get deleted and you're not going to get a response. But if you send me something positive, something, that is value, I like to say value based, I will likely respond to you and maybe we can have a dialogue back and forth. I want to connect with you guys. This is something that I enjoy doing. I like connecting with people. I feel strongly about a lot of these topics, and I'd love to get other people's points of view. Maybe somebody can hit me with an angle that I hadn't thought about. That's cool stuff to me, man. I'm constantly learning in life. You got to stay humble. I don't know everything. You don't know everything. But if we all share our knowledge, we keep an open mind, that's how we grow and that's how we become better. So I'm willing to listen to positive stuff, positive messages from the public, from my listeners. I don't dwell in negativity, guys. So that's why, that stuff where you write me how stupid I am or this and that, that's garbage to me. And you know where garbage goes, guys? Garbage goes in the trash. So that's where those types of emails, comments go. They go in the trash because that's where they belong. They're garbage, and that's where they'll stay. That's where they'll live. We got to strive to be more positive in life. We cannot dwell in doom and gloom, guys. Like I said, life is too short to be dwelling in doom and gloom. We got to stay positive. We got to stay positive, and we got to believe in ourselves. We got to be more resilient because life is short. What are your goals? What are the things that you want to achieve? Don't sulk. Don't sit in your room sulking. Shit, I didn't achieve that, or I'm, 50 years old and I haven't accomplished my dreams. You still have time. And I encourage you to reconsider what your goals really are. If your goal is to be a billionaire, understand that that's a tough goal to achieve. Not saying it's impossible. What are you doing today to get there? Don't give up. Maybe it can happen when you're 70. It's happened to other people late in life. Success like that has happened late in life for some people. You got to believe in yourself. You've got to stay resilient. You've got to stay strong. You've got to stay positive. These are my messages for you as we close out season 2 of Move Forward with Matt Campisi. Once again, I thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. God bless all of you guys. I will be back. I will be back with a season 3. Stay tuned. It's coming, guys. Thank you so much. And as always, guys, have a great